Well, howdy folks. Charlie with Typewriter Justice here, and today I'm going to show you the wrong way to adjust the ribbon reverse trip position on your Torpedo 18B. And I say the wrong way, I'm going to show you one of the wrong ways. There is a right way. It's a pain in the ass, which is why I'm showing you the wrong way. So the way these things work is it's not a grommet reversal system. There are little guides here. Those are just guides. Those are not triggers. You'll notice that they're firm. They don't go anywhere. They don't do anything. They just keep the ribbon headed towards the vibrator or the bichrome, whatever you want to call it. Keep the ribbon in the correct position. They have nothing to do with the reversal. You'll notice there is a little wire over here with a couple of humps in it and a hole that passes through this thing, and ignore the little wire. It has diddly squat to do with your reversal. What does affect your reversal are, let me grab my handy dandy little red indicator guy. What does have to affect your reversal is right here. Like I said, this is not a grommet-based system. This is not a tension-based system. This is not like your SC. This is not like your Olympia. This is interference. So, anytime, I'm pressing keys here, and that's going to advance your ribbon. There's two little pawls underneath there that make sure that this thing advances and then it stays put. And every time you press it, this moves towards this little piece. So we have this arm that rides inside the spool up against the ribbon. That effectively tells the machine how much ribbon is left on that spool. Because as this moves, you'll notice this piece right here moves as well. So as the ribbon runs out, this arm rides closer to that spool, or towards the hub of that spool, and this piece gets closer to being in the way of this piece. And once this hits that, or rather once this gets close enough to this thing's path of travel, that's when the reversal happens. Because notice, as we shift from one side to the other, the resting position of this piece changes. Now, this particular machine right now, the ribbon is pretty close to being done on this side, so we'll come over here. Oh, God, that's my stupid light there. All right, so, yeah, so this is, well, that's not ideal, but, so this is getting pretty close to hitting that little interference trigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and wind this the rest of the way. We're pretty close to it. And we're gonna see, all right, we're not quite there yet. Oh man, I hope we're there. All right, so this one needs to be adjusted. Perfect. That's great for the video. Take that out. All right, so we're just gonna fucking do it on this one. So that is completely done, right? There's no more ribbon left on there, so I'm gonna put a little bit of slack back on there. So, for the sake of demonstration, this is going, but this trigger is not hitting that piece. And so when that ribbon is completely run out, like it is now, it's gonna sit there and go all day long, and it's not gonna reverse. And you're gonna have to reach in there and manually reverse it. So, what we're gonna do, and this is the wrong way, mind you, handy dandy forming wrenches. If you don't have forming wrenches, get you some needle nose pliers or whatever. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and do this with pliers instead. Just to demonstrate. All right, so I'm gonna use duckbill pliers because those are what I like. We're gonna use one pair, grab it right here near the base, This is anchoring, so we're not bending on this post, because you don't want to use that post as your fulcrum. You want to use this pair of pliers as your fulcrum and use the second outside pair to actually affect your change. And what needs to happen is that this trigger needs to get in the way of that thing. And that means that this post needs to, this entire little arm needs to rotate a little bit more before that strikes the center. And so this thing needs to be bent outwards to allow for a bit more travel. And it doesn't need much, just needs a little bit. So I'm gonna grab it right there, I'm gonna brace it, and then I'm gonna bend this that way. And that's gonna put that little trigger hopefully in the way of, and there we go. That's enough. And now it's winding on this side. Let's see exactly where it gets out of the way. This is not a very precise method. And if you're looking for a precise method, then you're going to want to do this right. All right, so we're getting close. Well, we're still winding. And I'm just watching right here. And eventually, this is going to get close enough to affect the change. Right in here is where we're watching. Still not there. And when it happens fast. Oh, there it was. So that's one way to do it. The right way is a little more involved. Another wrong way is to adjust the resting position of these two pieces here, because you've got the pieces which are affected by the right way, right here, which are a pain in the ass and don't always work. Like I think there's supposed to be a lock nut, and then that's supposed to be a screw. This one actually looks different. That looks like just a screw. So I don't know. I don't ever use that way. It's not really necessary, because you can just adjust, tweak the position of these arms to where that little interference trigger is effective. So, hope this helps. Later.